What you got for me, Mr. Mailman? If that is your real name. I'm not sure what he put into the mailbox, but it looked like some kind of official envelope thing. No, I can't. I gotta change that name. Yep. All right. Change the name because I realized I think the name I just picked is the name that I've used before. There's Mr. Frank. Bleh. Excuse me. Chinese food today. Thank you. Thank you very much. AOL ended its dial-up service yesterday. They were still doing They're still doing dial-up service. That can't be true. Where'd you read that from? 1997. Who the heck? What third world countries are using dial-up still? What old people? Because the old people that were still using it are all gone now. I want to meet the three guys who have no internet access. Yeah, these guys are pissed. They're like sitting in their grandmother's basement and they're like, "Grandma, did you pay the internet bill?" I guess there wasn't. I guess I don't even know how that even works anymore. I'm gonna eat this. I'm gonna eat this fortune cookie. But Frank, I'm gonna tell you what my fortune is. Ready? August will be the time for spiritual growth. August. I guess that's MondoCon, right? All right, that works. I'm not gonna give you my lucky numbers. I'm not splitting a jackpot with you. Source BBC crackers. That was a fortune cookie. I ate a fortune cookie. Don't call me a cracker. That's an article about AOL ending job. Okay. I mean, it doesn't show anything. It literally says BBC asterisk asterisk asterisk. And I know what BBC stands for. Nice try. That's weird that I would have never, if you had said, hey, when did AOL stop dial-up? I would have said, oh, several years ago. Several. I don't know, 20 years ago? That's not as big. Here we are. I'm sure those three people. I'm sure AOL probably took the time to basically drive over to their grandmother's houses and knock on the door and say, "Hey, just so you know, October 1st, 2025, no more dial-up." Yeah, that's a good one. That is a good one. I got a lot of crap to do today, or I would be watching baseball. Baseball game starting about 10 minutes. You catch that Red Sox Yankees game last night, Mr. Frank? That was a nail biter. That was a freaking nail biter. I remember being shocked. AOL emails. Yeah, yeah. I'd seen somewhere like somebody was like, "Oh, I'm getting all kinds of spam things on my AOL email." It was an older person. I can't remember who. Might have been Steve Labrie. And I was like, "Why do you still have an AOL?" And he was like, "Well, because I've had it, since 1995 or something, you know." I'm like, I didn't even think anybody used that. Yes, I watched the Bo Sox defeat Weaver. You know what? You also watch Crochet masterfully take down Judge, make him look foolish. I don't know. Except for Daniel Volpe hitting that home run. I wanted the Tigers to win, which they did. That was a little. That was for the old man, you know. My dad's a Tiger fan. I'm not crying. I just got shit in my eye. So I was glad that they won. He would have been happy on that one. He would have called me every 5 seconds. And then the Cubs and Padres, I don't care either way. Now, Juan Soto, I think he had like 18 rounds of golf in yesterday. So I think he played. I think he was a par four. I don't know what that means. And then you just knew the. So I was like, you know what? I want the Tigers and the Red Sox to win, obviously. I don't care about the Padres or the Cubs, although the Cubs have won, so give it to the Padres. So let's go with the Padres. And then you know the Dodgers are going to roll all over the Reds, which they did last night. So I was not surprised there. I would love to see the Reds win tonight, though, and at least take it to a game three and not get shut out. Because I like Tito Francona. But who can say? He was 3 for speed on spiked Arnold Palmer in the clubhouse, probably. You know who really doesn't give a shit he's home right now? Juan Soto. Juan Soto's like, oh, man, I can't make this extra money. Although, do you remember the All-Star game? Snub or something? He didn't make the All-Star game, and he was mad because he would have made like $100,000. I forget. I think it was for the All-Star game. And I'm like, motherfucker, you're a billionaire, and you're getting pissed because of $100,000. That'd be like you going, hey, I lost my dollar in the vending machine. I want my dollar back. Johnny Vetchel. Oh, Johnny. A loved one's love is a treasure that lasts a lifetime. It would be easier if you just gave me the lyrics to Love of a Lifetime by Firehouse, to be honest with you. Now I'm going to cry. Now, no writing yesterday. Last day of my fiscal year. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to write today. I'm going to watch 4 baseball games. I got to finish editing a book, which I did. I got everything back. So I did the edits on Down and Dirty 6, sent it to my editor. And this morning she said she's halfway done with it. I did earn it. I did earn this fortune cookie because I paid for the food. My goal for the year is 400,000 words. I wrote 477,977. I should have wrote like another 23 words. Now I feel like a failure. Well, today is day 1. I gotta go get the oil changed. 2 hours, over 2 hours to get the friggin' oil changed. Which is annoying. I got a story about all that, a fun story, but I'll wait until there are other people on because I'm not repeating myself. If there's anybody coming on. Spitting out fortune cookie. That was gross. Reading new Tremblay book. It's a weird pep talk kind of motivational book. At least I think that's what. I haven't read the last couple of Tremblay books. Just busy doing other stuff. It mostly seems to be about him bragging about having sex with his wife. You know, I brag about having sex with his wife, so I get it. Ugh. Just a talented writer, though. Can't take that away from him. Maybe you could, but I think he'd get upset and throw his Corporal Klinger hat on the floor and grunt. Are you talking about Mallerman? Who are we talking about here? You say Tremblay. You talking about the nonfiction book that Josh Mallerman just put out? I have not read it yet. To be honest, I was hoping for a review copy. It's still the same. I haven't read his new one or Tremblay's new one. Yeah, Mallerman. I always confuse those two for some reason. I don't know why. They really don't look all that much alike. I remember I met her at Scares, maybe it was. You were there. You were there when he's coming. He came. He came and it was. We were all sitting there, and he came over and he walked over. And he started. He was talking to me. That's when Miko decided she was going to climb all over me in front of my wife. And then I remember Shelly walked over to Dave Thomas to talk, and you were like, "You better do something over here." And she was like, "He's a big boy. He'll figure it out." I finally got away from her. I was trying to talk to friggin' Mallerman, and I remember his wife was there. She seemed all right. Yeah, she's a little too skinny for me. Although pictures of her on the beach weren't bad, to be honest with you. Yeah, Miko McBrain. Yeah. Yeah, the drummer guy, lady. So I'm writing chapter 4 of White Room, since me and Tom finished White Lies, the first book. Now we're working on the second book, although I should have written yesterday. It is Wednesday, you're right. Yeah, it's just a regular Twitch day. Again, I don't know where everybody is. I just don't know. You got a bunch of book signings coming up, right? Couple three? I got one in a couple weeks on the 19th, Sunday, 1 to 4 p.m. It is a acoustic punk rock concert at a club that's mostly outdoors. And the guy who runs it, my buddy Dan Flanagan, who's was in 5 Cent Psychiatrist and 30 other bands. We used to do events together. He used to sell the beard oil. So his band is headlining. He set it all up, and he's like, "Do you want to come and bring a table and some of your books?" I'm like, "You know, I'm gonna bring all my horror books and I'm gonna put them all out for like $5. Get rid of them." White Lines. If the first one wasn't White Lies, then the third one would have been White Lines. I think that would just be too confusing. Collinswood is Saturday. Beers and Fears on the 12th. I remember him. I missed the clown guy. Oh my god, yeah, creepy stuff. Yeah, I haven't. Wow, I haven't seen or heard about him in years. I don't remember his name. Yeah, he used to be all over the. Yeah, wow, I haven't seen him in a long time. He was never really all that motivated. He like, oh, I was up all night and I made these four bears. I'm like, four? You'd sell them out in about 8 seconds. He was like a Palm Coast guy. No, both those guys are Jacksonville guys. You're thinking of Tim Baker. You're thinking of Vern Shank. Yeah, Dan is. Yeah, exactly. Your Dan is up here. We get together every now and again. Usually right before Christmas. He's like, all right, what have you put out in the last year so I can buy my girlfriend for Christmas? Then I'll sell him like 10 books. Although I'm not really getting a ton of copies of anything anymore. Literally, it's like, okay, I'm going to get one copy for me, one copy for my mom, one copy for Chuck. And then Chuck at MondoCon next year will just basically go, okay, you have 12 books out here. I'll just pay for them all in one shot. I'm not getting any more of anything. I said to K. Trap Jones, I wanted 3 copies of the zombie flesh cult, and he, you get one in the contract. I should have said 3 total, so I got 4 copies. So now I got an extra copy. I'm gonna be honest with you. I probably just bring it on the 12th or the 19th. Just sell the damn thing. Like, here, $5. I take a loss on it. I don't care. I don't care about you. So that's where we are right now. Where the F is everybody, Frank? This is starting to get personal. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to feel like nobody really cares about me anymore. Where's the love? Can you feel the love tonight? When does Skinwalker Ranch come back? I miss bitching about it. Yeah, me too. It feels like a hole that I need to fill. This is ridiculous. I'm also feeling some kind of way. Maybe a different, some kind of way that you're feeling. I don't even know. Oh no, it just ended, so we might not get it for like 6 months or something, which is gonna suck. Might but not be till like February or March. I'm watching what it was called, like Crooks, Robbers, and something or other. Second season just started. I never watched the first time watching it, but the first episode is that I don't know if you know who it is. It's the total douchebag kid. He's got tattoos all over his body, all over his face. He has one gold tooth. Wears his hat on backwards. He's like a Jersey kid, and he, made millions and millions of dollars in Vegas and Atlantic City and stuff. And now all the casinos banned him, and he's just an arrogant prick. And it's like it's basically about those people. I don't know. It's pretty good. We watched several episodes. I should YouTube for channels about people who camp out around the ranch overnight. If you find a channel, let me know. So yesterday, I'll tell you a little story. Free story. You don't have to pay for it. Yesterday, well, you don't have to. It's not a big story. Next page, Mr. Frank. Although I did hit the next page while we're doing this, so I actually got that one right. Frank got one right. He just didn't realize it. Yesterday, I'm like, you know what? I'm not writing. I'm gonna do some. I did some editing. I caught up on a shit ton of emails. Invited a bunch of people to be interviewed for my YouTube channel. Talk to people on there. Try to build that up. I'm up to 330 followers on YouTube now. I need 1,000 or more. And I was like, you know what? Let me play Minecraft. I haven't played Minecraft in a couple 3 weeks. So I go on to Minecraft and I'm like, you know what I'm gonna do? I have 2 areas where I'm growing wheat and potatoes and carrots and shit like that, right? But I have 2 farmers. So I'm gonna figure out what the farmers need, because then you like basically you dig up all the beetroots or the potatoes or whatever, and then you give them to him, and then his powers go up. I want the greatest high level farmers I can have, and you can tell the farmers because they have yellow hats. I look all over, they're gone. All the people are gone. And I was so busy building things and clearing land that I didn't realize that basically the monsters have killed off all the people. And I was pissed because it's impossible. You can't just create new people out of nothing, and even to create people in the game is very hard. There's a cheat code you use in the beginning when you create the game to add like 1 or 2 people. That's it. So I was like, you know what? Fuck this game. I want a game where I can grow a population. That's the goal. So I started doing some research yesterday, watching baseball, and I found a game called Frostpunk. Apparently, there's like 3 or 4 updates to this game, but the first game, which you can still play by yourself, was $29.99, 90% off. $2.99 yesterday. I'm like, you know what? I looked at it a little bit. Like, it's the end of the world and it's snowing, and you gotta keep people warm or they're gonna die. And there's this generator, and you gotta find coal, and you gotta find wood, and then you gotta build hospital tents, and you gotta build tents for people, and people are homeless and they're gonna die in the cold, and it drops to -40 degrees. All this stuff. I bought it and I played for like 3 hours on and off yesterday. Started with 80 homeless people, and I'm down to like 25. A lot of people are dead because of the decisions I'm making. I'm like, you know what? We need more coal. Let's put the 20 kids to work. And then the kids immediately started getting hurt. I'm like, all right, maybe next time don't put the kids to work. Build this beacon so that I can attract more people, because I'm losing people like crazy. But then I didn't have enough wood to do that. So it's just it's not an easy game. But I was like, you know what? At least I know I'm killing the people. They're not just disappearing on me. That's my whole story. Good story. Thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, it had a lot of political intrigue. You had no idea where the plot twist was going to happen, but you knew there were going to be several. Wow, not even bots in the channel today. It feels like we're the last two people on Earth, right? What if we are the last two people on Earth? I don't know, some guy just drove by in a car. What if we're the last three people on Earth? That guy's got a giant ladder in the back of his pickup truck. He don't even know. Wherever he's going, there's going to be nobody there. That would suck. I'm going to tell you why. Because if this is like the rapture happened just a few days later and you and I are the only people left, I went and got the oil change for like 2 hours this morning, and I would love to have those 2 hours back. Like, it would be better if I drove up there and all those people had been raptured. I'm like, well, I just won't get the car oil change. But you know what? There's nobody around. Me and Frank now own all the cars in all the lands. Frank, I'll meet you in Dubai. They gotta have pickup trucks there, right? Nice cars. I'll tell you what, last people on Earth, I'm not driving a Tesla. Now, if it was me, you, and Tom, the last three people on Earth, fourth people, that guy with the ladder, Tom would drive all the Teslas. It'd be okay as long as you hit your word count, yeah. I think I would still be writing. Or playing, trying to not kill people in Frostpunk. I think there's like a Frostpunk 3 or something. There's one of those, how about a Ravian? I don't know what a Ravian is. Isn't that a bird? She's So Ravian. Isn't that TV show? I think my middle kid, used to watch that crap. It's another electric car manufacturer. They make the Amazon vans. Oh, look at you with all this fucking just dropping knowledge. No wonder God didn't want you up in heaven with them. He's like, you know what? I need to have one person who's really good looking, which is me. One person who knows about literally everything. That's Frank. And we need a guy with a pickup truck and a giant ladder. He just drove by. It says I have 2 viewers, which means somebody's just lurking and hanging out, which is fine. Don't go anywhere. I appreciate you lurking. I'm no professor. Yeah, but obviously Chad was also taken in the rapture, so can't count on him. Chad was on the other day when none of you sons of bitches were on. It was just me and Chad on on the substitute. On what day was that? Last Thursday maybe? When I was on YouTube Live, literally not one person popped in at all. Like, not even somebody was just curious and did like a quick drive by. Like, nobody was on. I got a lot of words done. But I'm sure if you watch it now, it was pretty damn boring. That could have been Sunday. Yeah. Oh, that's right. I keep thinking yesterday was Sunday. Yesterday was not Sunday. Yeah, that was Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. Nobody popped in at all. Weird. I was out doing yard work, but I never got a notification like I have it set up for any channel. Yeah, that's weird. I'm guessing nobody got that. That's the only way I can see it. I need to know the second you or Robert Essig. Robert Essig is on. Does YouTube lives. Today I stopped. I finally unsubscribed from his Substack because I realized I don't even really care. Nothing personal, Robert Essig. If you're watching, no, okay. You had me worried there for a second. And that Morgana, whatever the hell her name is, the chick with her face is too pale and she wears bright red lipstick and she got like a moon pie face. That chick, I stopped hers too. I'm like, I'm following like 30 Substacks and I don't read any of these. Why why am I following all these horror douchebags? I'm not saying they're you know what I'm saying. So I have an interview at 3 o'clock with John Foster. 5 o'clock the Andy Lodge interview goes up, and at 7 p.m. I have a webinar with the Sisters in Crime group. I don't remember what that one's about. Tomorrow I just have therapy at 3, so I might be on YouTube Live tomorrow. I guess I'll have to let you know if I am. He posted that he has Baby Fights 2 written, but didn't think he should release it because sales have slowed on the first book. And I'm like, maybe that's because everyone who's going to read it has read it and are waiting for the next book and 88 more pages for the next Baby Fight. Yeah, when you sent out the heads up text when I showed up, yeah, so I guess I'm gonna have to do that again. Yeah, I saw that Robert Essig thing, and I'm like, I don't know, you whine a little bit too much. Sorry, cat. I sneezed on you. Vinnie Vincent canceled the ChillerCon appearance. No Kiss fans were surprised or disappointed. If I was going, I would be going for Vinnie Vincent. And he looks just god awful. When they first announced it, I was like, he's going to cancel. Vinny gonna Vinny. Exactly. Vinny gonna Vincent. Where is he even living now? You know what I'm saying? Probably living where they're doing the Chiller Con. Probably just living in the basement there. He's like, I don't want to go upstairs. He's like, if I go there, then they're gonna, I gotta wear a disguise because then they're gonna later be like, Vinny, why are you sweeping the why are you mopping and sweeping the halls? Like, well, I'm a janitor here. Vegas? I would think Vegas, or I would think L.A. I think he was a New York guy originally, though. Let's figure that out. Let's see where Vinny was born. Vinny Vincenzo. Vincenzo. He's 73 years old. He don't look a day under 73. He was born August 6, 1952. Bridgeport, Connecticut. Says Tennessee currently. Vincent John Cusano. He's only 5'7". People also ask, you ready? So he's in Nashville now, so he thinks he's doing. What gender is Vinnie Vincent? That's a question people ask. Vinnie Vincent is a man, not transgender, though he has adopted a more feminine appearance over the years, which has led to rumors. He has chosen to keep his gender identity somewhat mysterious, rather than deny or confirm the rumors, which he believes adds to his mystique. What happened to Vinnie Vincent's wife? In 1996, Vinnie married his second wife, Diane Kiro, a former girlfriend of Ace Frehley. Vincent and Kiro had first met at a KISS convention in Chicago the previous year. The two resided in Smyrna, Tennessee until her death from alcohol-related complications in 2014. Crazy. He looks really, really feminine. I can't believe he's not going to be. So have they canceled the convention yet? Probably. She never got to Bruce Kulick. I know, right? Yeah, which chiller without Vinnie Vincent, exactly. Who's doing the Collinswood? I know obviously Tim will do it. You, Tim, who's going to be JC now that he's technically got a new book out? For the next 4 years, he'll be selling the Beers and Fears book. I saw your lineup for Beers and Fears. Except for that one lady that I no longer like because she hurt me by being a jerk to me and by getting sucked into that other guy stuff. Uh, Pretty good lineup. Hopefully, you guys sell some damn books. Damn books! Him. Now I gotta look at who's going again. I forgot she was going, to be honest. I don't know. Last time I saw her and her husband, she was just kind of an asshole to me. Like, oh, you're too big. Fuck have you done to kiss a certain person's ass, to be involved in stuff you have no business being involved in? Don't get me started. Interesting. What's interesting? The lineup. The vibe she put out. Yeah, I don't understand why, because we were always very cool. She's always very cool with my wife, too. And she would just kind of like sitting at her table, and I was just like, hey, how's it going? And she's like, yeah. And then, like, she didn't say anything, and her husband didn't say anything, and he and I always joked around. And then I was like, all right. And then we walked away, and she was like, that was weird, right? And I said, yeah, it was like she didn't like me or something. I don't understand what the hell happened. Hey, comb my goatee out with this thing. I was just not, I don't know, it was just really, it was off putting. You should be off of putting. See, no, it was, Scares, our author. It was the year that I drove with, no, it couldn't have been that because Shelley was there. I don't know if it was the last one we went to in Virginia or the one before that. Wonder if they're still going to do the St. Louis one next year, like they said. I wonder if, based on the foot traffic, they're going to do the Pride thing again next year. Not that I care, because I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to any of them anymore. Or it's not even just them. It's just like anywhere. Local stuff. I'll do some local stuff. I saw regular AuthorCon in February now. February? Huh. Well, that pulls it back a bit, right? Pushes it up a bit, whatever that saying is. Are there people in Virginia in February? I don't know. I guess they're going to find out. That seems, you've had it around that time for several years now. You know, you're not doing the August thing anymore. But it was March into April. Now you're gonna do February. That seems weird. I'm sure there'll be a lot of people like, I can't go for because of work. I can't go because of Ulysses S. Grant. Because that was always a big excuse for February. I just see Williamsburg as a tourist area, and I doubt people are visiting Virginia in February. Haven't they read about Valley Forge, Fort Sumter, the Hucklebuck? Yeah, what about the Hucklebuck? Yeah, February's still a little too cold to be doing all those touristy bullshit things. I mean, how many cheesesteaks is Rick's Cheesesteak Place gonna have? Oh, nuts! Or as I got home from the oil change and ate my Chinese food, and then I took out a pack of meat for dinner tonight. But I wanted to make cheesesteaks for dinner because we didn't get to the other night. Son of a bitch! Oh, my life is so hard. Yeah, Dratz is right. Okay. Oh, okay. Dagnabbit. Yeah, all those things. Wonder when it's ever gonna get cooler here. 85 feels like 91. Why? It's fucking October. All right, chapter done. Chapter done, Tomas. If that is your real name, that's not your real name. I'll jump over here. It's only like 69 here today, but going back up into the 80s for a spell. Yeah, they said last night at the game, they said it was like 70 something, but they said it was supposed to get cooler tonight. Come on. What the fuck are you doing? Thank you. It's only 69 here too, if you know what I mean. No, actually it's like 85. Alright. So on Dying Days Patient Zero, I'm on chapter 47 I'm writing. But I only have to put up 36 next week. So I'm way ahead of the game. I probably got like another year of putting these up. It's a moose nuts kind of morning. Yeah, yeah, it is. I had Moose Munch gourmet coffee this morning, the maple walnut, and then when I came home, that was what I was drinking, another cup of it. I like when I buy the boxes and they have more than one in there. Oh, I know you saw. You know, because then I can have one and it doesn't have the 5 holes. So the 5 hole thing is basically so that it has more of a instead of just having the 1 hole punch, it has the 4. So the coffee is more even in the brewing. No poop. That should be so. Yeah, exactly. I mean, in all fairness, I pooped when I was at the tire place getting the oil changed, and then I pooped as soon as I got home. But still, that's pretty good. I went literally an hour without pooping, so that's good. Hopefully, when I do this interview at 3 o'clock, because it's like 20 minutes, hopefully I will not be pooping then. Also, a selling point. I saw that first 5 hole cup, and I was like, "Damn, struggle much with that thing this morning." When the first time I realized, you don't pay attention, and I'm like, "Holy, what the hell happened to this thing?" And I was like, "Oh, this got five pronged green Manalishi with the 5-prong crown." And then I realized, oh, this is the way this works. And then Shelly told me she did the research to buy it. That was one of the selling points. So the good part is it's got just where you just pour all the water in the back of it, even for doesn't matter for the K cups or for a pot of coffee. So that should be good for MondoCon next year. I have to figure out that date and all that fun stuff. Trying to figure out who's going to come. I think I want to change it up a little bit next year. Not much, but I got a couple of ideas. Peter Marsh was invited. I told him to start saving his pennies. He was excited because now he's divorced and on his own, and he wants to come. He's been writing a lot. He's been doing his positive videos and all that stuff. So hopefully the man will be here. Which means we'll probably have Nick back on an air mattress. He will not be happy, but it's too bad. All right. Frank, it was cool talking to you. Thanks for hanging out. Tomorrow, if I do go on YouTube Live, I will message and let you know that I'm on. So you can come on and we can talk over there about Vinnie Vincent and other exciting things. I want to remind everybody to subscribe or resubscribe, and also please follow me on YouTube. I need to build that up. It's getting kind of hectic.